Hello friends, and welcome back to Swift Lessons for another by request song tutorial. In today's session, we're going to be tackling a very beginner-friendly tune in Nirvana's 1993 unplugged version of About a Girl. I'm going to take you through the chord progressions and strumming patterns for the verse and chorus sections, and also Kurt's guitar solo. I got a full tab and chord sheet for you at patreon.com/swiftlessons. You can become a member there and gain access to a ton of extra resources, including chord sheets, tabs, exclusive lessons, backing tracks, and much, much more. Now let's get started with a full demonstration of the tune, then I'll break everything down. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Easy friend, I do with the hand to lend. I do think you fit this shoe. I do, but you have a clue. Taking any trial, you hang me out to dry, but I can see you every night free. I do, but you have a clue. Taking any trial, you hang me out to dry, but I can see you every night. No, I can see you every night. Free, I do.
Okay, close look at the fretboard and also my pick in hand, getting started with our intro section. We're in standard tuning, though I should mention that on the unplugged version, Nirvana is tuned down 1/2 step. Okay, demonstrating this intro, it's gonna sound like this. Okay, and we'll have to double that. Okay, so a very simple technique there. We just have the E minor chord. All right, for the beginners out there, that 2nd fret of the A string and also the D string, everything else open. Be sure to copy my fingers. Transition into a G major chord. I'm going to be using the version of this chord that Pat was using on the original track. Okay, so that's the 3rd fret of the low E string, 2nd fret of the A string, and then your pinky here on the 3rd fret of the high E string, okay? So just 2 very simple chords. But this creates a very useful and powerful exercise for beginners out there, okay? This is actually one of the first things I ever learned on the guitar, learning this song as a teenager. E minor to G. Super useful chord transition. Okay, if you're a beginner, just practice going back and forth between those chords. If you're more advanced, you're ready to start your strumming pattern. It's gonna sound like this. Okay, one of the most widely used strumming patterns in popular music. The pop strumming pattern, also called the calypso pattern. So down, down, up, down, up. One more time. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Okay, so just down, down, up, down, up. Split between 2 chords. So you can do that 3 times, and then throw in a variation. Here we go, here's a variation. Switching to just eighth notes, straight eighth notes. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. To kind of build up the tension a little bit and drive you into the verse. Okay, so all in all, you're going to go back and forth between E minor and G 8 times. On that last one, throw in those eighth note strums. Okay, great work, everybody. If you have that intro section down, going back and forth between E minor and G major, then you can also apply the exact same techniques to the verse section. It's going to be identical to the intro. I need an easy friend. I do with the hand to lend. I do think you fit this shoe. I do, but you have a clue. Just like that, only using that one variation to the strumming pattern, that calypso pattern. Okay, excellent work, everybody. You have the intro and the verse section complete. Now we're ready to jump into the chorus section, where we're going to be utilizing some power chord shapes. Patrons, be sure to follow along using that strumming guide included in your chord sheet. Okay, very slow, it's going to sound like this. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's break that down. Okay, still fairly easy. We're getting started with this section with a C sharp power chord. That's going to be our index finger on the 4th fret of the A string, that's the C sharp root. Then with your ring finger, you're going to play 2 notes. We're going to play the D string 6th fret, and you're also going to cover up the G string 6th fret. Okay, Kurt occasionally is also getting a little bit of that B string involved in there, okay, which would make this a full major bar chord. But it's not completely necessary, it's just kind of an insurance policy in case you get that open string in there, which sounds kind of nasty. Okay, so just this power chord, we're gonna play down, down, up, jump the root up, hit that G sharp note, and then follow up with another down, up. Down, down, up, down, down, up. Okay, next we're gonna go to an F sharp power chord. A kind of easy way of playing this section would just be to play down, down, up, down, up. You can also throw in a little bit of percussion. Down, scratch, up, down, up. Just removing the pressure so that way you have one downstroke completely dead. Okay, but Kurt is actually doing that bar trick again, but still managing to get open strings here every now and then, that open B and high E string. The length of my fingers doesn't allow for that, so what I do is I kind of do this stacked finger configuration there. That allows me to get this really cool sounding chord, which on my chord sheet is labeled F sharp 7 sus 4. Okay, so what you could do for this chord is just play down, scratch, up, down, up. Or you could play down, scratch, up, down, up. Hitting some of those open strings in there, which he usually does on the 2nd pass of this chord progression. Okay, so you put all that together and we have hitting some open strings on that last one. After that, we're going to transition to E minor, where we're going to strum down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, next, Kurt is going to transition to an A5 chord, or an A major chord will work just as well. There's 2 ways that you can do this. I'm going to show you the way that I do it. I take my index finger, I'm going to bar it across the D, G, and the B string as well. There I'm going to strum down, up, scratch with a follow through. That way my pick ends up underneath of the strings. It helps if you don't put any pressure on the strings, so that way nothing is gonna ring out. So we have down, up, scratch, then transition to a C power chord or a C bar chord and hit it with an upstroke. Okay, one more time real slow. Down, up, scratch, up. Then follow that up with an up, down, up. End for end. So, real slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And it really helps if you're doing your power chord, if you're also getting that B string in here to make this a full bar. Otherwise, you'll have to be very good with your pick, making sure you're only hitting the A, D, and the G strings. A little bit more challenging there on the right hand technique. Okay, then after that, you'll go to the E minor, G, transition just like you did in your intro. Okay, let's put all of that together, real slow now. Starting with the C sharp, 1, 2, 3, 4, and down, down, up, down, up, down, scratch, up, down, repeat. Four of these all together. Eighth notes to get yourself into the next verse. Okay, now the only other thing that you can see from the live performance is that Kurt doesn't always use the A chord shape or this bar here on the 2nd fret. Sometimes he just plays a power chord version of this. So the 5th fret of the low E string and the 7th fret of the A string, and also probably the D string. Okay. Not too much of a difference in sound there. Okay, very good everybody. You have your intro, you have your verse, you have your chorus down. Now we're jumping into the last section that you need to learn if you want to be able to perform exactly as Kurt did, and that is going to be his guitar solo section. Okay, demonstrating this guitar solo section for you, nice and slow. It's gonna sound like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Reprising the chorus. Okay, then getting yourself into a reprise of the first verse. Let's break down that full guitar solo. Okay, so there's essentially only one riff that you need to learn, and it's going to repeat 4 times. The low E string open. Then we're going to play 5-7 with a hammer. Then we're going to play 5th fret of the D string. Then we're going to bar across the D and the G string 7th fret and play up, down, up, and slide up to 9. So there's your first lick. Okay, once you got into the 9th fret, you're gonna play down, up, down. If you get a little of the B string involved in there too, that sounds fine. On that upstroke. And then you're gonna slide up to 12 on that last downstroke. So far you have. Real slow. Alright, once you've gotten to the 12th fret, you're going to play down, up, and get the B string involved on that last upstroke. One thing that really helped me out if I was trying to copy Kurt's strumming exactly is that every time you transfer to another position after that initial lick, it's going to begin with a downstroke. So, downstroke, down, up. Okay, so once you've gotten to the 9th fret, it's a downstroke, and the 12th fret, it's a downstroke to start off. Putting all that together, we have. Repeat that 4 times, then you're gonna go and repeat the chorus riff. C, F sharp, C, F sharp, E minor, A, and then get yourself back to the E minor G change. Okay, very good everybody. We have everything we need to perform this song now. Let's talk a little bit of structure real quick. It started off with that intro going back and forth between E minor and G 8 times. Then we're gonna have verse 1, then the chorus, followed by verse 2, another chorus, the guitar solo, reprise of verse number 1, and then we're going to go to a final chorus. Now the final chorus is going to be a little bit different because you're going to be kind of doubling some things. Okay, so that's going to start off the exact same way. We have that C sharp.
Taking vantage while you hang me out to dry.
E minor, I can't see you. Down, up, scratch, C. And here is where it's going to change. We're going to repeat that E minor, A, C transition.
But I can't see you every night.
And then here we're going to extend the C chord. Before returning back to the E minor and G change. Okay, so that actual count is going to be E minor, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and back to the E minor chord. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Repeat. 3, 4. We're gonna have 8 total. On that E minor chord. Congratulations everybody, you're ready to perform. Alright friends, thanks so much for checking out this lesson on About a Girl. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much to my patrons for making all these lessons possible. Hope you're enjoying your extra resources. Thanks to you guys, I've got many lessons coming up, so keep checking back. Please subscribe, please share. This is Rob at Swift Guitar Lessons in Philadelphia, saying happy picking.